Howdy, Possum Patty and the Soggy Bonnet Bunch here. I was just outside picking up hitchhikers. No, not that kind of hitchhiker. The little seeds that stick to you when you walk by the plants. Yes, you might be familiar with the larger burdock seeds. And your dog, you walk your dog through the park or something, comes back with all those big seeds. It's just grab a hold of your dog's fur, or maybe they get on your clothes or your pants while you're walking. Well, I was out harvesting my forget-me-not seeds, yes, and the Chinese forget-me-not seeds are like little tiny burdock seeds. They have the little hooks on them. And as I was harvesting them and trying to get them into the bag, I got quite a few. They're annuals, so I want to spread the seeds around, see if I can get them to come up in different places. Yeah. They were sticking to me, and here's a few. They were sticking to my sleeves, and some of them even got inside my sleeves, and I could feel those right away, so I already pulled those off. They're a little bit pinchy. Yes, they're a little bit pinchy. Oh, my sleeve is sticking to my watch now because they're on my watch band. All right, let me get those off. And somehow I got them in my, here's one. Somehow I got them in my hair. Not down here. Well, actually I did have a couple down here, but somehow they were up here too. I must have bent down or something by the plant, the one that's in the pot, which is tall, on the tree stump out there. Yeah, so I harvested some forget-me-not seeds, and they're sticky hitchhiker seeds, and I got a bag of them. After doing all that, I said, I feel like going in and working in my nature journal and talking about these seeds, and I do have some other things I want to put into my nature journal. You remember this was gifted to me, my owl journal. And I've only done a little bit in here. Yeah, see, this came from Kelcy. I wrote that down so I'll remember. And there's some June things in there, and I did some milkweed and monarch butterfly things. And I wanted to put the eastern bluebird in here. Some more about the eastern bluebirds, because we had a family in our yard all summer. And I wanted it to be a little bit more like a junk journal, nature journal, and just put in all kinds of fun things. Like I got the hummingbird feeder there, and I put that in there. The hummingbird. Let me tell you real quick. I had my trail cam out over on that side, and I had it focused on the goldenrod, which is blooming. I thought maybe some butterflies or something would come by. And then I noticed on the butterfly bush that there was large flitterraries and clear wing hummingbird moths, the kind that fly during the day. They call them clear wing moths. Some people call them hummingbird moths because they look like little tiny hummingbirds. And I said, well, if I take the camera, and I saw the hummingbird, the actual hummingbird over there too. So I said, well, let me grab the camera that's over there and put it over on this side. So I carried it over and put it down by the butterfly bush, and it's operated through an app on your phone. So I had my phone, I had the app on. I was just starting to set it up, and I heard the hummingbird come by, and I didn't move. I'm like, I can't move. I'm in the camera app. The camera's not set up yet. I can't take a picture of it because I can't move, and I'm just standing there like this. And it was like about that far away, and it was, getting nectar out of the flowers. And then it decided to rest a little bit, so it sat on a branch like this far from my face. Oh, it's so cute, little tiny hummingbird just sitting there. And I was like, I just didn't move. I just stood there like this. And then it fed on some more flowers, and then it zoomed away. And I was like, the camera wasn't set up. I didn't get a picture of it. I'll check the footage and see if it caught one since then. But yeah. Oh, I felt so special to be this far away from the little tiny hummingbird. I'll have to journal about that. Yes. Oh, so I was talking about, I wanted it to be a little bit more junkier. Oh, there's a hummingbird there. And a monarch butterfly. But the orange butterfly, oh, and the baby hummingbird. Oh, these things make me laugh. Yeah, so the big orange butterflies that are on the butterfly bush right now aren't monarch butterflies. They're great spangled flitterers, yes. I do have a page in here about the osprey. That goes with this page. Oh, and I got a journal about the pileated woodpecker. Yeah, so many things to do. That's okay. So I thought I would come in here and just have a play and glue some things down that are sitting here on the table that I want to get into here. And I have a couple of ideas. I know that's dangerous, but I have a couple of ideas. This is just going to be gentle journaling. Yes, I'm just going to sit here and have a play with a glue stick and rip up some paper. So come on along. I took out this Edith Holden page. It said August on it. I thought, well, that might be good for some August journaling because I put June here at the beginning. I was going to add something to it, but I never did. But that's okay. This is going to be the kind of journal where I can just keep going back on different days and putting different things in. This picture is too big to go there, and I already have an eastern bluebird there. So I'm not sure what I want to do with this page. I did want to put it in here. Nothing in this journal is going to have to be in order. No, nothing has to be in order. Oh, I should journal about our little rabbits. Little rabbits we have in the yard. Okay, we don't have this bird. So I could put some more things about the eastern bluebird here. I'm just going to glue this in. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do in this journal is glue things in, take notes, put some trashy stuff in. I think this is from the, I don't know, bird feeders handbook or something like that. But all summer long, we've had a pair of bluebirds in the yard. I said to Mr. Possum, do you see the bluebirds? No. No. I think they nest in cavities. I mean, we have some bluebird houses out, but the wrens living in them. The wrens took them over. Nesting, yes, old woodpecker holes. Well, we have so many dead trees around because they had that gypsy moth thing a few years ago. And there's lots of woodpeckers, tons of old dead trees. So I'm sure that they're nesting in an old dead tree around here close by. Well, I'm going to have to put something else across the bottom, though. Maybe, let's see. I'll look at my bucket down here. Just something for a background. Doesn't matter what. Ooh, I kind of like this tape over here. These colors kind of go with that, doesn't it? This is the first paper that was on the top. First paper on the top. You might go with it. Well, I just might go with the very first page that I took out. Yeah. This was on the top. I just want this to be so simple and fun. So I could just come and randomly, glue things down. It's just a different way of nature journaling, yes. Observe some nature and, have some fun making a page. You can get old guidebooks. at yard sales or the library book sale, anything like that. Oh, look, those are exact same size. I did not plan this. No, I didn't. That just, oh, these things I want to put in there. That just happened that way. Yes, just happened that way. Too much stuff here. All right, so we're going to glue this down first. Our bluebirds, I think they stay around all winter, but they're not as blue in the winter as they are during mating season, breeding season. I think they get a little duller in the winter. And then we're just going to add that right there, like that. I know there's another page about the bluebird, and that is okay. I can put as many bluebird pages, as many hummingbird pages, as many monarch pages in this journal as I want. Oh, now I'm thinking about, should I write on this page? And maybe I will. Maybe I'll put this lower, like that. I came in here to journal about my forget-me-nots. I came in here to journal about my forget-me-nots. That's okay. Like I said, there's just things sitting on the desk that need to go in here too. Did I not put a ton of glue on that? Okay, stay down. I just wrote summer 2025. I watched a bluebird family catching insects all summer. They must have a nest in a snag. Snag is a dead tree. Or slash woodpecker hole nearby. And then I have all my information right there so we could see the pretty bluebird and learn all about it. I also wanted to glue this in here. Enchanted Mr. Toad. Eastern American toad. The person who wrote that is thinking about the book, The Wind in the Willows. Okay, but I want the pictures of the toad because I've also seen the baby toads. Save that one for the rabbits. That's not big enough. We don't want to use that page. Eagle, we had an eagle fly over. I'll leave that page, but this might be a good page for the toad. If you want your toads to be happy and healthy in your yard, just dig a shallow pond and don't fill it with fish. I don't have a pond, but the toads in our yard seem to be very happy. Because every year there's always little tiny babies hopping all around. They're so cute, little tiny, tiny toads. I'm sure there must be predators that go after them. But they are adorable. Oh, and I have something else I want to show you. Sitting over here. I've read some passages out of the book called Earth. Oh, I want this title. Oh, maybe this picture too. Get them all in there. Attracting toads is the dream of many gardeners. Having a resident toad keeps the pest population down and reduces the need for harsh pesticides or labor-intensive natural controls. What's on the back? Nothing. Okay. I don't think I want those words. I think I'll just take the title. Enchanted Mr. Toad. I think I want this picture too. Meditations on the Earth. Now, the other day at breakfast, I noticed Mr. Possum had a little bit of coffee left in the coffee pot. I don't drink coffee. I don't make the coffee. I don't clean the coffee pot. But I was like, oh, let me see if I can coffee dye some papers just very quickly. And I ripped a few out of this book because I was looking for a book that had this nice matte finish to it, you know, not something shiny that might just repel the coffee. And I just put it in the dish pan and I sprinkled some of the coffee on top of it. That's all I did. And then I took the coffee filter with the grounds and I sprinkled some grounds on top of that. So, yeah, not really paying attention to what was going where, just very random. But there was something about a toad, I think, on one of these pages. There's a butterfly. Save that for butterfly page. There was a weird thing about a toad. Oh, here it is. Ask a toad, what is beauty? The great beauty, the toukelon. And I looked that up. It's the Greek philosophy, ancient Greek philosophy of the ultimate ideal of beauty and goodness, something that transcends mere physical attractiveness. Yes. So what is the great beauty? If you ask a toad, the toad will answer, it is the female with two great round eyes coming out of her little head, her large flat mouth, her yellow belly and brown back. ... I guess this goes on. Voltaire wrote this. He lived from the late 1600s to the 1700s, French writer and philosopher. So I'm going to add that to the page. It looks like I need something else on this page, though. Oh, I could journal about the baby toads that I see in the yard. Do I want to layer something here? That looks like a toad paper, doesn't it? I could write on that with white. Cousin Patty, when are you going to journal about the forget-me-nots? When I get there. This is gentle journaling. There's no pressure. These other papers have been sitting here for quite a while. Oh, it'd be really cool if I had a layer paper under that, too. This is a nice color. That kind of goes with everything. Ooh, I found some more of that paper. All right, let's see. Well, I could layer and write on this. Let's see. Layer, layer, layer. And do this the easy way. I can just glue that down and then rip around it. And then get everything glued down. Do a little bit of journaling. Every summer I enjoy the baby toads in the garden. There's always so many. I wonder how many will be lost to predators. Isn't that a fun page? 2025. All right, so we get that done. Moving on. Oh, I have another bunny page. Ooh. I don't have that hawk. No. I don't have, definitely have this one though. I don't have that one. Look at the nest. We can cover this page. Okay, I'll just glue this down and get this page started. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, and there's more over here. Adult lightning bug. Well, it's either all the words or half of the words. So I guess we'll go with all the words. We're going to lose this strip here. That's not too bad though. No. Let's use the fancy dancy Sarah cutter. Because this is just a magazine page. It should rip easily. Just want to get that glued down. Oh, and the little picture of the lightning bug. Lightning bugs, fireflies, what do you call them? Please comment below. Let's take a survey. Take a survey. Lightning bugs, fireflies. I love the name fireflies. But when we were kids, we always called them lightning bugs because their lights flashed on and off. And we used to catch them and put them in a jar and bring them in the house and put them by our bed at night. Of course, by then they stopped blinking, but that's okay. Then we let them go. There seemed to be so many when we were kids. And the story that I wanted to journal about was I hadn't seen many. Oh, is it the morning dove already? And one night, and that was in July. Oh, I should get the word July out. In July, we had a big rainstorm, and it was about 9:30, and I looked out the back window, and it was just like a show. There were so many lightning bugs, fireflies, blinking on and off all over the yard, up into the trees. Okay, let's just get the air bubbles out, knocking things down. Throw it over there. And let's add this little guy here. And what magazine is this? Of course, it's Birds and Blooms. So this is what they look like. So you see them during the day. You don't want to squash them. Let's put him up there. Chemistry of light. Not all fireflies flash, but both the eggs and larvae glow. Glowworm, glow, little glowworm, glitter, glitter, right? Scientists think this is a hint to leave young fireflies alone, a clear warning to would-be attackers of their potentially bitter taste. Adult firefly abdomens have light-producing organs. Within these lanterns, chemicals, enzymes, and other compounds mix to produce light. The blinking rates can help identify different species. It may take a while for your eyes to adjust, but when they do, note how many different flash patterns you see. I think I'm going to put that in there because this is a nature journal and we're learning all about nature. Now, the most awesomest thing would be to come back later on with my glow-in-the-dark Mod Podge and hit all these circles of light. Leave a little space for journaling down here. So I'm not going to do that today, no, because we're going to move on to the forget-me-nots. At least get that started. Light up the night. Okay, we'll come back and work on this page some more. Now, let me show you the book. Flip, Float, Fly, Seeds on the Move. I believe I used a picture from here to do the dandelions one spring. But there's also a page with the burdock seeds. Sticking to the rabbit, sticking to the blue jay. Now these are burdocks. I know they're burdocks, but I'm going to use this as an example for the forget-me-nots. Let's see. I have another page here I might want to do something on. Oh, this has rabbits. Ooh, will this rabbit fit here? Let's see. If I take away all the background. Well, it almost fits on this page. I could put them partly on this page. I could put some background there and put them like that. I have an idea. A Scottish engineer, I believe it was a Scottish engineer, I forgot his name, but he used to take his dog out for walks, and when they came back, the little burdock seeds would be stuck to the dog, and he got to pull them off and pull them off his clothes. And he used the idea of the hook that's on the burdock seed and invented Velcro. He invented Velcro. What if we use Velcro to close this to here like that? We have to use Velcro on this page. Yes, we have to use Velcro on this page. So we can do that. I got to cover this. I got to glue this down. I have room to write. Oh, I had another little book. And this is another guide that I got for like 25 cents, 50 cents, something like that. Oh, the goldenrod is blooming. I need to do a page about that too. I think I need my knife. Whenever I see these books at a yard sale or a book sale, I love to get them. I have some that were gifted to me too. Okay, this is bluets, which is not forget-me-nots. This is blue-eyed grass, which is not forget-me-nots. I did see some blue-eyed grass along the trail last month. Bluets come out in the spring. All I want is the forget-me-not. Save these for another page. This is about the native forget-me-not, and I do have one over by my frog, my namaste frog. So I could talk about the native and the Chinese and how they're different. But then I need something to write on and something to put back there. And the very first handful of paper that I pulled out from under the table was this floral pattern with these little blue flowers with yellow centers that look like forget-me-nots. Forget-me-nots. That was a happy find, yes. I think I have everything glued down. I put the blue jay with the burdock seed on his wing and the burdock plant on this little flippy page. And this was already on the page, the words, "See my wings." Yes, Kelcy had already put that there. And so I ripped out the corner of the picture so you can still see that and put the blue jay with the burdock on his wings. And I journaled, "The burdock grows along the lane." So this is up towards the mailbox. And then I put a piece of paper with the forget-me-nots on it on this side of this little flip paper. Did some journaling, harvested seeds from the Chinese forget-me-nots. The seeds have burrs and they stuck to my clothes, watch band, and even hair. Where shall I plant them for next year's flowers? I haven't decided yet. And then I put the little piece of Velcro there. Keep that flap closed because I had to put some Velcro on here. I used the word August from the Edith Holden book right there. Chinese forget-me-nots have hooks on them, just like the burdock seeds on the rabbit above, which were the inspiration for Velcro. And I left this rabbit there looking over at that rabbit. And I put the true forget-me-not down here. This is the native forget-me-not. That was a lot of gentle journaling, yes. Spent way more time than I thought, but I just had these things here, and I said, oh, let me just get this into journal. And I glued in my frog, and I glued in my bluebird, and I glued in my lightning bugs and my fireflies, and I got to come back and work on that some more. But that's okay. Finally got to my forget-me-not page, which wound up being one little one there, one little one there, some Velcro. One there, one there. Yeah, this is just a fun journal. Yes, nature observations. Put in this journal any which way I want to. Yes, any which way I want to. And it's just fun. It's just fun. I'm just plan on just filling this whole thing up with all little bits and bobs and pieces of nature. Yeah, I mean, I actually had a little bit of an idea when I sat down, and then I didn't get to it. And that's okay too. No pressure. No pressure. I do love the little bunny though. Oh, and there is the black-capped chickadee. Okay, so it's very late and it's dark outside, and yeah. Thanks for coming along today, and happy nature journaling. Happy nature junk journaling. Bye bye.